Hey YouTube, what's going on? Snowflarky's Emos here with a deck profile for my Aqua Actress deck that I'm playing for the Legend Anthology event. I typically don't make event content because I usually don't play events till the very end when they add the bonus quests and try to get it all done there. But since we're in February here, we're having two events right back to back. I decided to get in early and I thought I'd share what I'm playing. This is my Aqua Actress deck. Aqua Actress is one of my favorite decks in both Master Duel and TCG that revolves around the Aqua Actress monsters from Dragon of Legends 2. They're just a set of monsters that you play with continuous spell cards called aquarium cards that give them various effects, and it really turns these small little fish into big beefy monsters. But the deck has synergy with a card that I found was able to give me lots of easy wins and grind me through the event pretty painlessly, which is Testudo Erat Newman. With that said, let's get into the deck profile, take a look at the cards. Starting off with our monsters, let's talk about our Aqua Actress monsters. I'm playing 3 copies of Aqua Actress Tetra. Tetra is a 1-star monster with 300 attack that says once per turn you can add an aquarium card from the deck to your hand. One of my favorite parts about the Aqua Actress cards is that their effects are not hard once per turns, they're soft once per turns. So if if you have more than one Tetra on the field, you can search 2 aquarium cards. And if you can summon this one, get it off the field, get it back, you can get 2. So that's pretty cool. I like that about them. Next, I'm playing 3 Aqua Actress Guppy, a 2-star with 600 attack. You can special summon 1 Aqua Actress monster from your hand. Now, traditionally, this is a card that was used to get Aqua Actresses on the field and then also have the ability to go into Totally Awesome. However, Totally Awesome is banned in Master Duel in this event, but it's still useful for getting out our next card, which is the big Aqua Actress Arowana, which we are playing 2 of. Once per turn, you can add an Aqua Actress monster from your deck to your hand, so that's pretty cool. Can add another Arowana, can add a Guppy, can add a Tetra, whichever one you're looking for. All cool cards to have. Next up, we're going to be playing our Frog package. I'm playing 3 copies of Swap Frog. Swap Frog is pretty nice because you can special summon it by discarding 1 other water monster, and when this card is summoned, you can send a level 2 or lower Aqua type monster from your deck or face-up field to the grave. That includes other frogs, but that also includes Tetra and Guppy, which we can easily bring out with Monster Reborn or Surface, or our last card, Testudo Erat Newman, we'll talk about soon, which is pretty cool. So you get this effect when he's summoned, so you can special summon him and then use a second effect here where you can return him back to the hand and normal summon a frog monster during your main phase, except Swap Frog in addition to your normal summon, and that allows you to also just play him again and send another. So it's pretty cool. Definitely a good card, gets things in the graveyard where we need it to be. With that, I'm playing 2 Dupe Frog. Dupe Frog is just another frog target, mostly in here to be an extra name, so that we have more materials to banish for our Rodent Totem. And of course, it was good when we could bring it off Totally Awesome, but not as big in this. Rodent Totem is still good because we want to have extra monsters on board, and we want to be able to make our Mr. Boy pretty easily. So still just getting 2 Dupe Frogs for frog names, and then water monsters to discard from the hand, and 1 copy of Ronin Totem. Cannot be used as synchro material. His name becomes Death Frog, but basically, if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish a frog monster from your graveyard, special summon this card. Also, not hard once per turn, so that makes this card incredibly powerful. Currently banned in the TCG, but in here, we can still make use of it. And the last monster to talk about, our main win con, Testudo Erat Newman. This is a level 2 or lower Aqua type monster that says neither player can special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. This card is basically why I decided to play this deck, because this card on its own wins most of the duels. A lot of people here are playing Dark Magician and Blue Eyes because of the new packs and new bonuses out, and this card just hoses them because they can't summon their Blue Eyes or Dark Magicians. A lot of decks in this, I find, if I get this established, got a bit of protection, we'll just scoop. And so yeah, it's pretty good. Some other popular anime matchups, I faced a couple Black Rose Dragon decks that this card was able to stop because they can't summon any other big cards. And so yeah, this was just the main win con. It can be sent to the graveyard off of Swap Frog and has synergies with a lot of the aquarium cards such as Aquarium Stage that makes it unable to be destroyed by battle. So just a really good card to help win the game. And that is it for the monsters. Going into our spell cards, I'm playing 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. A lot more back row and trap card decks in this, so just having Harpy's Feather Duster to hose back row, destroys all spell and trap cards your opponent controls, is pretty good. We like that. Playing 1 Monster Reborn, because I'm sending lots of monsters to the graveyard, and a card that can special summon them from the graveyard is awesome. Playing Foolish Burial because I want to get Testudo or Aqua Actress, something I can pull out of the graveyard into the graveyard, so Foolish Burial does that. Playing 3 copies of Surface. Target a level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster special summon in defense position. This is nice because it grabs Testudo or Rat Newman and puts him in defense, which is definitely what we want. Or we can grab Aqua Actress Tetra. These are normally the 2 targets we're going to be pulling from the graveyard, if anything, but afterwards we can, add other things to it. Next, I'm playing A copies of Wetlands. Probably would bump this up more because I'm looking for this card more often than I like. But Wetlands is just a field spell you can play that says all Aqua type monsters level 2 or lower gain 1200 attack. That includes basically everything in the deck that's not Aqua Actress Arowana, because the Tetra and Guppy are both level 2 or lower Aqua type monsters, and that 1200 attack boost is really nice to have. Next, I'm playing 3 copies of Aquarium Stage. Bump this up to 3, mostly just because I want to see it, because even if I just hard draw Testudo and Aquarium Stage, that sometimes is a free win. Aquarium Stage is a continuous spell that can be searched off of Tetra. It says water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle with a non-water monster, which is pretty good. I'm not seeing a lot of water decks in here. And Aqua Actress monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. Also great. To have our Aqua Actresses immune to monster effects. And then all the Aquarium cards have this last effect that says, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target an Aqua monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Aqua monsters. So when these cards get destroyed, you can bring cards back from the graveyard, such as Testudo Rat Newman, or an Aqua Actress monster to maybe get it on another turn, swap Frog and dump another monster. So just pretty cool. Next, with our Aquarium cards, I'm running 2 Aquarium set. This gives all our water monsters 300 attack and defense, and all our Aqua Actress monsters 300 attack and defense, which means the Aqua Actress monsters gain 600 attack and defense, which is pretty cool. And we need that little attack buff to further our attack power here. So, nice little card. And I'm playing 2 Aquarium Lighting. If an Aqua Actress monster you control battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, your battling monster's attack and defense becomes double its current attack and defense. So this is really nice. That's what makes these Aqua Actress monsters really big when they attack a monster. Easy to get 3,000 plus attack on any of them, even Tetra. And, Aqua Actress Arowana just by default goes to 2,000 with set is a 5,200 attack monster when attacking a monster. So that one is pretty cool. Now, of course, you can only control 1 Aquarium Lighting per turn. So that's pretty neat. And that's it for our spell cards. Last, getting into the trap cards, just some things I found myself playing. 2 Lost Wind that I brought over from the original build, just a nice card to negate the effects of special summon monsters, and of course half the original attack of them, which is pretty cool. If a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck while this card's in the graveyard, set it, but banish it when it leaves the field, so that gives us some recursion. We can use it, and then when they summon an extra deck monster, we can put it back, which is pretty nice. 3 Heavy Storm Duster. I definitely found myself bumping this up to 3. I started off with 2, but ended up playing 3 before the event was over because a lot more back row decks, and of course the very popular Blue Eyes and Dark Magician decks that are all over play a lot of face down cards that they, spell and trap cards that they need. Pop in a True Light or an Eternal Soul will sometimes make people just rage scoop. And of course, hitting key cards is pretty awesome. And so 3 of these is just nice, especially because it's not a hard once per turn or anything. You can't use your battle phase when you use this card, but that's alright. We're mostly not, but it's very nice. 1 card to destroy 2 spell or traps. We like it. 3 Solemn Judgment. This is just to protect my winning board state. We don't want to get Harpy's Feather Dustered. We don't want our Testudo Rat Newman to get removed, so Solemn Judgment just pays half our life points to stop any cards that may be doing that. Next, we're playing a Solemn Warning. Just a nice card I figured to have. If I got Testudo or Rat Newman, maybe they can't special summon, but they're going to normal something big enough. I can hit it with the Solemn Warning. When a monster would be summoned or a spell or trap is activated, you just pay 2,000 life points to negate the summon if you do destroy it. Pretty cool. And last, I'm playing 1 copy of Dimension Guardian. Dimension Guardian is just in here to be additional protection for my Aqua Actress or Testudo Rat Newman. I can target an attack position monster I control, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Definitely won me a couple games where I just played Testudo Rat Newman and had Dimension Guardian. I mean, they could summon monsters, but nothing big enough to OTK me, and then I could just switch Testudo to defense and stall till I got all my stuff going. So this deck worked out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. That is it for the main deck. Nothing too much to talk about with the extra deck here. A lot of it's left over from my regular build, which sometimes entertains Waking the Dragon, so you got lots of Waking the Dragon targets in here. Mostly the only card I made and needed is good old Mr. Boy here. Mr. Boy is a link 2 off of 2 water monsters. He gives all water monsters on the field 500 attack and defense. That's very nice for our Aqua Actress buffing strategy. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target a water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So that's pretty cool. Gets us, any of these cards that we need from the graveyard, especially when to summon them. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, the rest of it is mostly just filler. If I had some other good links or whatnot, other good link twos, you could build some link boards on this, things like that. I would have played more, but I didn't figure it was worth crafting. It was enough to get me through the event just on this alone. So that's it for the deck here. Just as a few notes, some things I kind of noted it. If I was playing more, I'd make change here. Probably bump up Wetlands a copy. Maybe we find room for a regular Starboy or two. Things like that, switching out maybe the Lost Winds or whatnot. Just ideas for this deck. Like I said, definitely not optimized, just good enough to get through. I mean, really, mostly Testudo or Rat Newman wins so many games that it got me through more than half the event. And so yeah, this deck, wasn't too hard to get through. Only played for like a little more than an hour. Probably got through all the events, all the points to get, all the gems from the event anyway. Not all 11,000, but yeah, pretty much enjoyed it. So here's a replay to show the deck in action. This is against my final opponent before I got the 5,500 gems and took a little break here. Looking at my opening hand, it's alright. I can Guppy into Arowana with the Aquarium stage so that they can't die by battle. That's a decent start. If there was a way to get to Testudo or Rat Newman with Surface, this would be a game winner, but good enough to definitely try playing out here. So I'm going to start with the Guppy. Guppy is going to special summon Arowana. Arowana is going to grab Tetra, so I have it for the next turn. I'm going to play the Aquarium stage, set the Solemn Judgment, and I'm going to pass on that. Now my opponent is playing Dark Magician here. I see him summoning the Magician's Rod. I really don't want him to get to Dark Magical Circle, so I'm just going to Judgment the Rod and hope they just set some face downs here, which is exactly what happens. Good enough for me to continue. Heavy Storm Duster, great top deck. That's why I'm playing 3 of them, because I want to see it more often. So I grab another Arowana here, because Guppy can summon Arowana. Arowana can then add another Aqua Actress monster. Just get all these cards thinned out of my deck, which is good, giving me better draws. I'm going to play Tetra. Tetra is going to switch Aquarium stage. Now this is nice because my Arowanas can attack over a Dark Magician if either of these two cards is Eternal Soul. So I'm going to go into battle phase. But my opponent's not playing anything, so I'm just going to get in all that free damage, and I'm going to set a card ready to go. So they're going to put Soul Servant on the end of their turn, grab their card here. So one thing to note here, they play Magician's Salvations, which will let them set Eternal Soul from their deck. It's tempting to pop this card, so they don't even do that. But since this wasn't a card they played last turn, I'm not too worried about this card. What I want to do is I can still pop Eternal Soul at the end of the turn. I want to fish and see if they got a Dark Magical Circle sitting in their hand, because I really need to stop that card. But they just passed the turn. Fine. Very well. I'm just going to pop these two cards. It was Destined Rivals. Pretty good, but not in this circumstance. Now I don't think they have any way to summon Dark Magician, so they are going to scoop because I have enough damage on board to finish them off. So that's it for my Aqua Actress Legend Anthology Festival deck profile. So pretty solid. Got me through the event without much trouble, and was pretty happy with its results. Definitely will look into revisiting this in the Master Duel ladder soon. It does get hurt a little bit from its regular form because, man, does this deck miss Pot of Extravagance for the consistency tools and things like that. But, all the other decks are missing those too. So good enough. Anyway, thanks for checking out the video. Love to know what you're playing during Legend Anthology. Are you playing Dark Magician or Blue Eyes? Or did you come up with something else, something different from the anime that's allowed in here? Love to know. We can talk about it in the comments below. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.